Hi everybody and welcome to Cherry Springs State Park Star Party of 2022. I'm here with my dad. We're back there setting up. Today is actually the second night, but last night it was really rainy, overcast, but tonight, I mean, look at these skies. Crystal clear. That's our setup right there. And I'm going to be shooting that way because that way is south, and that's where the Milky Way is going to be rising. So I just wanted to make this video to show you all what exactly this star party is all about, because this is my first time and I'm absolutely having a great time so far, and wanted to share just what this thing is all about and the quirks of it and what to do if it's your first time coming as well. So a very important question that I had when coming here was bathrooms, and this is the bathroom. It's really nice. There's men's and women's, and also a family bathroom in the middle, and they're very nice. And actually at night they replace the red lights in it with red lights so your eyes don't get hurt. And then here is the huge field with about, I think it was over 400 people, person said, is here, all in this field. A lot of deep space people, a lot of telescopes. I'm actually probably one of the only people here that isn't doing deep space, and I'm just focusing on the Milky Way. So another thing is when you come in, right, we see that white car, that tent behind it, that's your check-in tent. That's where you put your name, they'll check you in. And you can also get shirts. This year the shirts were green. And you can also get stickers, magnets, pamphlets. There's also like a raffle here for a bunch of things, which I didn't even know about. And an even better thing that I didn't know about is right back here, there's a food vendor. So you can get coffee for $1, hot chocolate for $1. They serve dinner every day. There's little snacks or soft pretzels. There's anything you can think of, all right here. Which I had no idea about, but it's a nice little touch. Other things that I want to point out is the wind blows from the gate towards the field. So if you're coming here with a camper, an RV, anything of that sort, plan for the wind to blow north to south. So don't set up your awnings facing the gate, or else you're not going to have a fun time. Another thing, the shower situations. So that bathroom right over there does not have showers. To get showers, you're going to need to go to Lyman State Park, which is about a 15-minute drive. It's a beautiful park with a lake and campsites, and it's really beautiful, just kind of like Cherry Springs but bigger. And there you can pay, it's $4 to shower, and it's very clean. It's in its own little kind of like bathroom. There's a regular shower and there's one that's handicap accessible. This place is very handicap accessible, actually. And there you can pay, like I said, pay $4, take a shower, and you'll feel so much better than needing to camp out in a tent or not have any running water here. Speaking of running water, there are little wells that I'll show you right now that you can pump, and they'll give you some water. And there's also electric hookups, but there's, I think, 18 scattered throughout the park. So if you need electric, you need to get here early. When I got here, it was about 5 o'clock. And so we got not the best spot, but a good spot for us. We didn't get any electric, but we don't really need that. The one thing I will say about this park is that there is not much going on during the day. Maybe sleeping, but that's about it. Everything happens at night here. So during the day, there are some spots around here because this is a beautiful area, Pennsylvania. So the two spots that I would recommend is Kenzua Bridge that I'll show you right now. It's an amazing park to walk around. The bridge itself is beautiful, and it's you just need to see it in person. It's huge. I think at its highest, it's around 240 feet tall. It was actually wiped out by a tornado, I don't know how many years ago, but now it's a state park. And the other place I need to recommend is, what's it called? The Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania. And that's, again, about an hour from here, but in the opposite direction. So I guess some general rules of thumb that you need to keep in mind when coming here is that the gate, actually right there, closes at sunset and opens at sunrise. No one is allowed in or out except for emergencies during those times, because nobody wants people coming in with bright headlights to ruin anybody's night vision. So what I'm going for is I'm going for a Milky Way time lapse right near those two telescopes. Now, I thought that you could use them, but unfortunately you can't. They used to be able for rent, apparently, but they're not anymore. And there's actually one in the other lot across the way. And speaking of that lot, let me explain the lot situation. Okay, editing Stephen here. That Stephen has no idea what the heck he's talking about. That was an awful clip when I went to record about the different observation fields. So let me explain that now. So there's two observation fields. There's the overnight observation field, which is the one that I stayed in and everybody stays in for the star party. And then there's the public overnight lot. The one that we stayed in is more private. I believe you need to pay for it when there's not a star party, but you can find other star parties, not the one that I went to, but there's other ones. And so you need to usually pay for that, or there's a campsite like right next to it. I think it's like $15 per spot, if I'm remembering correctly. So apparently those fill up. So I'm just letting you know about that. But those are like your two best options to get into that one. So your other option is to go across the street to the public observation field. So for that lot, you can just pull right up to it. It's completely free. It's a huge, it used to actually be an airstrip. So it's a big field. There's a few benches and like this place for like a projector to go. So I guess maybe they do speakers there sometimes. And you can pull up and there's a big berm that protects the field from headlights. So you pull up and you can set up any of your gear. You can be there all night. The one thing that that you can't do is can't camp there. There's usually people associated with the park that go over and check, so you can't camp. That's like the one caveat. You would need to either spend your night in the overnight field that we did or get a camping spot. Also, if you are planning on using that overnight field, like I said, it is free and you can technically get into the more exclusive overnight observation field. However, multiple people when I was there, and apparently I've heard that it's a common occurrence, people go from the public lot to the private lot and they shine their white lights everywhere, ruining everybody's night vision, messing up everybody's shots. Don't be that person. Please stay in the public lot, and if you really feel like coming into the private lot, which I do not recommend, either no lights or dim red lights. Please, no white daylight lights in the overnight astronomy field. Please do not be that person. You will get yelled at, as a couple people did when I was there. So yeah, back to Stephen in the field. So if you're a deep space person or somebody like me looking to get a Milky Way time lapse or a panorama or something with something at least interesting in the foreground, got to come here to the overnight astronomy field, not the public one. So that's about it for the daytime stuff, and everything else will be at night, so see you at night. Okay, so I just got my time lapse set up. I also did a panorama. I'll show you that right now. So I can't tell, but hopefully you can tell that it came out pretty well. But time lapse is going now. Hopefully it doesn't get hit by anybody. And we're gonna go get some hot chocolate and wait until I need to switch the batteries. Okay, so we just finished up shooting. We were shooting from about 11:30 till it's about 3:30 right now. Probably gonna head back and go to sleep because it's been a long night. And I just wanted some way to transition into all of this footage that I got from the time lapse. So hopefully it turned out all right, and here it is.